You know, whatever happens outside of the US will almost certainly come to these shores. This is why I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to pay attention to what happens to our neighbors, no matter how far away they are. And in the case of Canada stepping in the goose shit again, it turns out that a court has just ruled that Canadian Native tribes are now entitled to hundreds of private homes. Before I get into this, please, if you enjoy what you hear in this video, then like and subscribe to help build this kingdom. From the post-millennial, court hands Canadian Native tribe title to hundreds of private homes. The article reads below, quote, "Homeowners in Richmond, British Columbia, Canada are being told to attend a city meeting next week because apparently their property titles might not mean what they thought they did. They may no longer own their property after a court ruling. The meeting, set for October 28th, follows a British Columbia Supreme Court ruling that gave the Cowichan tribe's Aboriginal title to about 7.5 square kilometers of land on Lulu Island, an area that includes private homes, farms, golf courses, and even port facilities. The August 7th decision said the nation had exclusive occupation of the land before 1846, meaning Crown-issued titles were, quote, unjustifiable infringements, end quote. This means that land people and businesses have legally owned for decades is now, technically, under Aboriginal title. This calls the ownership of land people purchased legally into question. Now, I won't bore you with the rest of the article because it basically gets summed up as the courts handed out a bunch of notices and they're trying to defend their own decision. The Cowichan tribes are saying they don't want to take everything over, let alone immediately, and they're willing to negotiate on things. And of course, everyone who was handed a note about this are about to lose their shit, which is really unfortunate because there's already a gun buyback happening in Canada.
Why are you voluntary? How is this voluntary? You say that the program is voluntary, but after the amnesty ends, the people are not in compliance with the law. So how is this truly voluntary?
So Canadians starting in Cape Breton today will be able to enroll in the program, be able to get compensated if they were to turn their firearm in, or they will be able to get compensation if they deactivate and confirm that it's deactivated with a certificate. So it is strictly voluntary. Nobody is being forced to undertake the buyback program. Well, the expectation is that they will comply, and the order in council, as you know, is being extended from this October to October of 2026. So there is a one-year window. Our expectations is that law-abiding citizens will abide by the law, and beyond that, the police of jurisdiction is tasked to, as you know, implement the criminal code.
That aside, the real problem here is not so much that this may or may not be figured out, it's whether or not it's going to be the floodgate that opens to allow even more of these kinds of land and power grabs. It's just the old tactic of give an inch and take a mile. And if a bunch of individuals who probably don't live in this area are going to go out of their way and tell other people they have to give up their homes, or at the very least the ownership of said homes, then what's to stop other people throughout Canada from doing the same thing? It will not surprise me if more of these sort of lawsuits or power grabs are made to try and remove or depose people in other areas throughout that country. Every single one of these notifications should be appealed aggressively. Just because a bunch of people may or actually did fish around that area centuries ago in no way, shape, or form means that others who live there now should be deposed. This is just more retarded communist bullshit. The same crap that communist Mamdani wants to do in New York.
Overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods. Explain why you are bringing race into your tax proposal.
That is just a description of what we see right now. It's not driven by race. It's more of an assessment of what neighborhoods are being undertaxed versus overtaxed. We've seen time and again that this is a property tax system that is inequitable. It's one that actually Eric Adams ran on saying that he would change in the first 100 days. He's since sought to defend it and lost at every juncture in court.
And I understand you're saying we're simply describing the types of neighborhoods that would see these increase in taxes, and yet by invoking invoking race, do you run the risk of potentially alienating key constituents?
I think I'm just naming things as they are. And ultimately, the thing that motivates me in this is to create a system of fairness. It is not to work backwards from a racial assessment of neighborhoods or our city. Rather, it's to ensure that we actually have an equal playing field. And right now, what we see with the property tax system is one that is overtaxing a number of New Yorkers and undertaxing others, and an inability of political will to resolve that.
So no plans to change that language on your website?
The focus here is to actually ensure a fair property tax system, and that the use of that language is just an assessment of the neighborhood.
All right.
Canada, please, try and take a stand for yourselves. You got a gun buyback going on, people are coming for your homes, and just when you feel the most despair, you have the maids program to take yourself out. That's not a secular utopia, that's a communist dystopian nightmare. I pray for all of you. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, then please like, share, and subscribe to help build this kingdom. Check out my main channel, Albeleo, for movie reviews and discussions. Check out my tertiary channel, Balmorian Galaxy, for BattleTech and MechWarrior. And if you feel so inclined, then please donate to me on Subscribestar so I can produce more content for all of you. I thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.